like in the settings, didn't you guys have to make it public so that people could see that?
Yeah.
People are watching.
5, 7. Hey, make a comment, someone, so we know we have got our electronics working well. I see there are increasing numbers watching, but we need someone just to blip up so we know that we are being seen and that we can communicate back and forth before we get started. Starting in about 1 minute, 2 minutes with a warm-up. There's a bubble. Oh, there we go. Nadia, Os from New York. Os. There we go. Very good. We are on. Okay, ladies, come on out. Start with the warm-up. All right, welcome everyone. Os, this is my wife, Sensei Sal, one of my instructors at my dojo, and of course most of you probably know my daughter if you've been on the last few times. She's been on with me almost every single time, and she's been doing lots of my Zoom classes, now doing Zoom classes for my students and beyond. So we're doing that. Today we have a very, very interesting plan for you. We're just going to do a little bit of sweat basics for a few minutes after we get a warm-up together, build a little bit of camaraderie through a warm-up, and then we'll do some basics. Our main concept today is going to be something very interesting. I'm going to give you kind of a gift. It's one of my specialty things that I did sometimes at seminars, but even seminars, I've done it in USA a couple times, back east with my close friends in Montreal. It's V angle and X angle. It's not brand spanking new, but I took it about 25, 30 years ago, and I use it as a mainstay for my self-development. I would use it for warm-up before competition. I would use it months before in preparation. So I'm going to give you guys that training today. So I have my students, we've been doing it actually all week. It's been kind of the highlight of the week for my Zoom classes, has been this X and V training development. It works right from the most basic techniques and how to move your feet, how to squeeze, how to expand. Everyone that knows me, I'm really a big thing on technical stuff. So it's a big thing on technical, but also goes right up to some very advanced Kumite connections and links. So we should have a lot of fun with that today. All right, let's get going, everyone. You can start with a bit of warm up with the three of us. Okay, let's just jump up and down. I want you to shake out your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Even your fingers. I like getting that free feeling right down on my fingers, like I'm flicking water off of my fingertips. Just getting everything loosened up. Good. Then a little forward and back bounce. Still having that nice relaxed arm movement. Fingers, elbows. We want that nice JKA 0-10-0 feeling, so you want it to loosen up. Good. Nice side to side. Forward and back. Side to side. Forward and back. Switching forward and back. A little bit of arm movement like you're doing cross-country skiing. If you feel a little bit warmer, if you do a little bit warm up on your own, then try a little bit longer. But if you feel like you might pull a muscle, don't go too deep until you're well warmed up. Just make it a little bit quicker to get that heart rate up. Good. And side to side, crossing your legs and your arms, alternating. Left arm, left leg in front, then right arm, and right leg in front. Good. Okay, legs parallel, both so the hutch touch, hip width apart. I want you to bring your knee into out, alternating. Loosen up the hips. Very good movement from that training with Machida Sensei last night. The round kick training. I'm going to get that abdominals, obliques, hip flexors all warmed up. Or if you did the class last night, loosened up from his class. Excellent class last night. Good, arm circles forward, arm back, arm forwards, and back. Warm up the brain a little bit as well, hands above your head, left arm goes forward, right arm back. Switch now, right arm forward, left arm back. Good, twisting side to side. As you twist side to side, I want you to go a little longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer. So you're basically in a full lunge. And slowly work your way back, up. Good. Shoulders forward, shoulders back, shoulders forward, shoulders back. You're at shoulder, chin across the chest, and look over your shoulder, other shoulder. One more time each side. Good. Okay, check everything out. I do kind of minimum warm up in these, even my Zoom classes. I tell everyone, I hope you've warmed up ahead of time. I like 8 to 10 minute full warm up. Right now we're just doing 4 or 5. So I want to get into the material for today. All right, so we are going to continue our warm up though through sweat basics and basics. But even there, let's work a little bit on technical there as well before we get into our big project today. All right, all 3 of us ready? Forward, stance, down, block, come on.
Hey.
Gyaku is the key. Very, very simple basics which you do in JK dojos every day. Agyuke, each. Gyaku is the key. Ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shis, hach, ku, zu. Hey! Hey, switch your legs. Gyaku is the key. Each, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shis, hach, ku, zu. Hey! Hey, ashikite, switch your legs. Gyakuzuki, point of the day on Nagyuke, I want you to focus on the full cross of the arm. I see so many times beginners forget that and start doing a block like this. But you know what, it's the other extreme. I also saw a lot of black belts when I teach in my dojo, as well as other dojos, they start taking a short change course. And if the course is off, doesn't cross, then its effectiveness in real life is down as well. So let's make sure we're crossing the arms. Ready? Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rok, shis, hach, ku, zu. Ashikite, Gyakuzuki. Hey, same thing. Ni, cross your arm. Sam, shi, go, rok, shis, hach, ku, zu. Hey, ashikite. Okay, now step forward, Agyuke Gyakuzuki. Each. We have limited space, and that's one of the reasons we're doing these classes, is camaraderie, keeping up our technical standard in quarantine, but also being able to utilize the space we may or may not have during quarantine. Now step back, rising block, reverse punch. Knee. Good, step forward. Song, so you're gonna switch your hands. Chi, switch your hands. Go, rock, chish, hach, ku, zu. Good, and relax. As I said, this is more just to get a sweat going before we get into the real material today, but I still want to give you some points right now so we can get into our brain and our technical skill. So, we want to try and think of Agyuke crossing the arm. It's the only point we're thinking about today, just not being sloppy and forgetting the course. That really is not just nice technique, it's about power, kime, speed, directness to the target, and the final impact and use if you ever had to use it for real life. Now we're stepping forward and back. So now I want you to think about the reload of the hand. So when I step forward, I need to put that hand right back to my hip so I can step forward into my next rising block reverse punch. So I don't want to see this, for example, as you come back. This, as you come forward, I want you, stepping forward, I have to block with this hand coming up. I want to think of nice full loading of my hip, bringing that hand right back, and into the next one. And let's go. Right, your head forward, stance down block. Come on.
Hey.
Gyakuzuki. Good. Stepping forward. Each. Load. Knee. Stepping back. So 2 things we're thinking about. Very, very simple. Making sure your arms are crossed like we teach our white belts. Even black belts, be careful. And when you're moving, loading. Right. Sam. Shi. Go. Ro. Cheese. Hach, ku, zu.
Hey.
Good, and yawn, and relax. So we shouldn't have our hand across our body. I don't think any of you do, especially when we have so many Black belts, I'm sure, watching, and strong color belts and brown belts. But even only coming part way back like this, especially with the elbows wobbling out, then we can decrease our power, course, management of the technique. But also, it's not even just the arm. The arm coming right back helps us load the rest of our body, our hips, our stance. So bringing back the hand only partially not only is incorrect, weaker power, less big motion, but will actually often add to a lower chance of you loading the lower part of your body. Let's just do 10 more. Get a little bit of sweat going, a little bit more. High forward, stand, down, block, kamai. Still the same 2 points on agyuk, everything about the crossing. On the stepping forward and back with limited space, you still have lots of things to work on. Thinking about that preparation. High ish, knee, sam, shi, go, ro, chish, hach, kyu, ju. Very good. Okay, ashikite, switch your legs. Okay, gyakuzuki. Let's try again. Ish, knee, load. Sam, make sure you have that big load. Chi, do, ro, chi, ha, ku, ju. Hey. Good. And go and relax. One of my favorite techniques I do in most of my brown black belt classes for a warm-up. We've done it, we've kind of made it a Zoom class feature. It's almost like, okay, automatically we're going to do that in our Zoom class. It is very, very simple. Maegeri, gyakuzuki on the spot. The reason I love it so much is because it involves the most basic and most important stance, forward stance. Most basic, important kick, front kick. It's the primary colors. It's the primary kick. If you want any other kicks to be strong, you have to have a good front kick. And gyakuzuki, most powerful punch. Then, on top of the 3 most basic techniques, it involves so many features of technical aspects of karate. Keeping the foot planted while you're doing the kick. A lot of people want to move that foot all over the place, move the knee. So having that foot still, not only now for the front kick, but for the ensuing punch, you must have that foot planted, not only for a good kick, but to be able to land that punch. The support knee, kicking strong and punching strong, the knee. Center of gravity, if I stand up and go forward and kick, not only does that make my kick weaker, but I'm going to fall back in the punch and make the punch next to useless. The planting of the back foot. So there's just so many things I find with a very, very simple move. Loading the hikite, extension arm. So the simple boom, boom, so important. So let's try it. Are you ready? Forward stance, down block, kamai, gyakuzuki. So there's another one I love for sweat. Kick punch, kick punch, kick punch on the spot. So get going, go faster, go stronger. But think of all the technical points you can get out from feet, knees, weight position, height change, creating power, going back in the punch in spite of landing backwards in the after the front kick. Each, knee, sam, shi, go, rock, ish, hach, ku, ju, ashikite, gyakuzuki, each, knee, sam, shi, go, ro, ish, hach, ku, ju. Very good. So sensei style, you're going forward a little bit, but you're keeping that height position and your foot is very nicely planted. Sarah, you're actually keeping your body position very strong, but I like to see that hikite hand a little bit more back. Okay, I'm giving them advice, but I hope everyone listening to those advice. I'm sure there's a lot of you doing the same things, or it's at least going to help you concentrate on yourself. Okay, stand up for a moment. So this is the actual feature I'll be doing in every class. I actually told the 2 ladies here, my 2 ladies, that we weren't going to do this today, but I thought I'm getting a nice sweat going, and I'm sure they are. And I want to show you guys everything we'll be doing in my Zoom classes. So, very simple. Maegeri, gyakuzuki in the spot. Don't change your body position, forward, back, falling. Keeping that foot planted, knee. The preparation hand back before gyatsuki. We're going to do that twice. The third one, I don't change this hand, so I can rotate to another angle. We're not going 90 or 180 degrees. It's about a V angle. We're doing lots of V angle today coming up. This is a very simple one. I'm just changing. So what I'm doing is I'm finding the other forward stance. If you keep your feet in the same spot and pivot, there's another forward stance built into that forward stance. No, 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 no. Yes, there's an angle where you can create another forward stance from the same locked in foot position. So on the third one, I want to actually go back right to that same spot, but with rotating into Gakuzuki. So on the spot, think of all the features of how we kick properly here. Then the third one, I get how to pivot my foot, how to straighten my knee, how to change my weight position from keeping it on the same spot to going forward and in. Let's try, ladies. So it's pum, 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 pum. And ready? Forward stance arm block. You two can maybe do a little bit of angle. So remember, you're making that. We could just be doing this. Boom, boom. So now you're kicking. You're going to land back in the same spot. Each. Knee. Some. Don't reload the hand on the third one. Each. Knee. Some. 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 And yame. And relax. Talked about another time that I was doing a karate at home class a few weeks ago about that body position not moving during kicks. It's so important. It's basic science as well as technical skill. The moment your body goes forward into the kick, ahead of the power of the kick, then that power dissipates through the rest of the body that's moving forward, rather than all the energy being in the kick. There's a lot of research on the actual scientific parts of this, and it actually fits right in with the technical aspects. Now you're thinking, well, we have kicks that go forward, but same thing, if my body's going ahead of the power of the kick, you're going to lose power. So the idea here is to drive the kick into the body with very little body movement. And then on the third one, using that energy to rotate, using the energy to rotate into that next Gakuzuki. Okay, so let's do 10 more. This time, one count is tam, 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 and turn. Okay, forward stance arm block kamae at an angle, Gakuzuki kamae. Ready, each, pum, pum, and turn. Knee, pum, pum, and turn. Some, pum, pum, and turn. Shi, go. Rook, we'll do 8. Ish, sensei Sal, Sarah, very good, you're keeping your body position well. Hutch, last one, kiai.
Hey!
And go. Excellent, and relax. Okay, let's get into the meat. Hope everyone's got a good sweat going. I do. And it sounds like my two ladies here do as well. Hey, Sensei Sal, could you grab that and just show them the... I just put down some painter's tape so it wouldn't pull the lacquer off our floor. But, and you'll also note, even my students that have done this with me before, you'll note that I have letters on there as well. A, B, C, D. Because what I'm going to do today is, even if you were here this week in my Zoom classes, you're thinking, oh, it's just going to be a repeat. Well, you will get a lot of repeat information, but we're going to move way faster in this class. I want to get to the final stage that I did in a brown and black belt only class on Thursday night in 40 minutes, where we actually did it in 5 classes this week. So the reason I love this training so much is so many levels. One is I would use it for my, or not just so much white belts, but orange, green, blue belts are awesome at getting this, the squeeze, the expand, getting to the next level of their fundamentals, basics, where their feet should be, and direction. When I was teaching brown belts this, I'm just using this example of rank, but when I would teach brown belts this, they actually get some development of deeper fundamentals, their timing, faster feet, faster hands, understanding where their weight position should be, hips should be, feet should be in any given move, and starting to develop kumite. This is one of my most advanced kumite development that I do for my own personal WKF competition years, my JKA competition years, and also for many of my students in kumite. I also even use it for kata. I didn't only warm up with it year before and right up to the day of. On the day of a championship tournament, I would actually go in a corner and do it as a warm-up process for my mind-body connection to get my feet moving. So let's take a look. So if she can see my lower body. Now, I don't really like the angles that we put them on today, so you might see my feet are not going to go exactly on these lines. But from here, you can see that I'm driving my left back at a diagonal line at a 45-degree angle. Then from here, I want to squeeze my feet together. Look at, before I even start stepping back, my feet are in the new direction. I see even a lot of black belts do this. One, and then they push their leg back, and then try and pivot and torque. Well, that's not only not good technique, it's dangerous. When you torque, you could torque your knee. So what we want to do instead is twist here, loading the feet, knees, and hips. Then I drive that leg back. I squeeze in, and then back. So it's at a diagonal line, a V angle. Right? So again, I have mine a little bit too sharp. I think it's more for Sarah's body size. So I'm going a little bit deeper V angles. So a couple of technical points we want to think of at the beginning. If we want to get to using this in an advanced kumite fashion, we need to have the basics. So I need to pivot on my foot, drive my foot back, plant my foot solid. Now I need to squeeze, keep me my same height. I need to have my feet going, knees, hips, shoulders, everything going the right direction. And then I can step back and use my hip rotation power. Okay, let's try it a few times. You two come out. So we'll do it very, very simple. We're going to do one to the left leg to the left angle. Then two, I'm going to squeeze and load. Now I'm looking at the left angle, but I'm going to move to the right. Three, one, pivot and load. Feet, knees, hips, right direction. Two, the other V angle. Okay, let's go. Ready? Left leg to left, each. Now squeeze, knee. So I'm going to check these two ladies, but I'm checking you as well right now. Their feet are now going the new direction already. Feet, knees, hips, square, shoulders square. So they can use then the hip power as they go back. Each, squaring off again to the new direction. Knee, some, chi, go, rock, chi, haj, ku, ju. Each, knee, some, chi, go, rock, chi, haj, ku, ju. Right, yoy. So right, instead of just doing on the spot or stepping forward like we always do, this isn't just because we're in quarantine. This on its own is a great, great training. It takes up very limited space, but it actually has at least equal to, if not more value, than just our classic stepping across the floor 5 times, turning 5 times the other way. I get to think about planting my foot. If everyone can see me, my feet, I'll go a little further back. A lot of people will step back, toe, heel. But actually, we want to try as close as we can. We're never going to have the whole sole land at the same time. But if it's too much back, that means look at my weight position. 1, 2. If I step back trying to think of the whole sole, boom, I have that landing nice and square. So right from my landing my foot to the support of my leg to how much weight position should go back, not just falling back, which will come in very important in about 15, 20 minutes. We're starting to do the kumite version of this. So we're going to push forward a little bit faster. This might be a whole weekend sometimes. I'm going to try and give it to you guys in 1 hour. The understanding of the feet, knees, hips, same height. The squaring off so I can go back and use that hip action powerfully into whatever block we might come up with. So the next one is going to be offense. For offense today, I think our tape is a little bit too close, and it's also too narrow for me anyways. So try and imagine me on those lines right now. We'll use them again a little later. The defensive one, I want to go to the left with my right leg. Then, same thing. I want to squeeze, having that preparation position, and go with the left leg to the right. Okay? Now, I know sometimes when we're watching this, I notice even when I'm watching some of you guys, some of the senseis and whatnot, depends on where my camera is, I guess, I'm not quite sure. You might see this in reverse, but as long as we go same side to the defense and opposite side, right to left, left to right, okay? So let's try the offense one. Step through, squeeze, and thread through the other angle. Same things apply. I gotta be thinking of my foot direction. I have to think about my knees being bent for even more reasons now, because now I need to drive forward with this knee, okay? We have to drive that forward instead of just falling. All right, let's try. One of you, extension? Okay.
Low battery.
Yeah. Okay, so Sensei Sal, you'll demonstrate. Ready? Each. No punch yet. That's the next stage. Knee, squeeze. We're even going one step lower. We're gonna go quick, but not that quick. Good. Knee, thank you. Some, so squaring off the hips, body, feet, knees bent still. Knee. Shum, shi. Go, ro. Chish, hach, ku, ju. Good, and your. Now we're going very, very simple because I want that to be the most important point, whether you're the highest Dan person here or our most beginning level person. I want you to know how important this is and how much this has changed myself personally and many of my students for basics and fundamentals. Because I only have a short time with you guys, only 1 hour, and I want to move to like level 10 on this. I have about 25 different versions of this, and I try making kind of almost like levels, level 1, level 2 in this series. Today I'm doing part A of about 15 or 20 different parts that I have done with about level 8 I'd like to get to today in a Ju Kumite fashion. All right, so the next stage, we're gonna move a little bit quicker now. If you get a little bit lost or something's a little bit too much for you, try and go back to the last level and keep practicing. So this level, everyone will be fine though. I drive my left leg to the left, this time with downward block. Now I have to load and downward block this way, okay? And then we'll start again. Downward block, back, squeeze. Remember that foot, knee, hand. Now my hands also have to load. I don't want to see anyone, can't see you, but I don't want to see anyone like this. Have the hands out here. You need to have the hands as well, preparing before you do the Dikidam Barai. Okay? Okay, hey, come on, you two. Demonstrate a few. Are you ready? To the left, each. So now we're skipping a step here. We're going with a block, and we're going in one movement now. So we're just going in and back. Knee, pam pam. Sam, pam pam. Shi, go, ro, chish, hach, ku, ju. Right, and yours. On the first 2 reps, I saw Sarah do something that I thought I bet a lot of people are doing as well. So just a little reminder, and this is probably more for even the black belts and the color belts. You're gonna want to start doing this, like a skip step. That's okay when you get to a higher level of this, if I go to level 8, level 9, but even in the beginnings of the Ju Kumite, I like to see more squeeze and expand. I want to see more squeeze and expand. I don't want to see too much skip step. I lose that core foundation of how much this can give me in fundamentals, but also I will lose some of the higher end stuff as well simultaneously. All right, so now the offense. So now to the left, I'm going to step with my right leg. Remember, offense is the other leg. And Cipa Mawashi. Then I squeeze, load, feet, knees, hands, everything. And then other direction. Squeeze, load, and in. Right, let's try offense. Ready, each, knee, sam, shi, go, ro, chish, hach, ku, ju.
Hey.
And yours. Good. You need to do more rep training on all these. This might be 200, 300 reps in one class, each of these levels in a seminar over a weekend or in a week like I just did in my Zoom classes where we built up to what we're doing here on Thursday, but on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, an early class on Thursday, we do more basics. But I'm skipping ahead a little bit more. So next one, we want to try and combine all 4. Downward block, squeeze, remember my fundamentals, is what one of the main majors are doing it. Feet, knees, hips, all that. Downward block. Simple. Step through at that new angle. Do you remember your offensive angle? You can now follow that offensive angle because of where you are on that second block. Oizuki. Squeeze. Don't forget your load. And oizuki. So one more time I'll show you. Block. Squeeze. Block. Step through at that new angle you created. Right? It's straight from where you're blocking, but it's a diagonal line from where you're originally facing. Oizuki, squeeze, and oizuki. Okay, let's do the 4 move. Again, after this class today, I hope you guys will do more reps of this. Maybe draw some V's and X's in a book and write down each level. Ready? Each, ni, sam, shi. Okay, my ladies are jumping ahead to the next level. They're adding a gapski that'll come next. We're just doing I each, ni, sam, shi. and back. Ich, ni, san, shi, and back. And yoi. Okay, I'm going to put two levels together now. Since these two black belt ladies here want to go back and forth so fast. So now we're going to go 1, 2, Gyakuzuki. 1, 2 with Gyatsuki. Load, I have to reload my arm like we did in warm-up today. And 1, 2, load again. I have to load that hand up. And 1, 2. What's the second part that's going to be new besides adding the Gyatsuki? Is that on the next count, I want you to go right side first. Right, left, thread through to the right side, then to the left side. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but once your brain starts thinking one way, this is more difficult. So first one, left, right, step through, and we're adding block and punches, double punch on the offense. Ready? Yes. You're going to the left. Left to start. Ready? Ich ni, sam chi, go rook, chi hach, yoi. Now going to the right first. Ich ni, no, since they sound, to the right first. Ni, sam, shi go, rook, chi, and yoi. So I'm getting your brain a little bit twisted again. Go back a level if you find like, if you're a color belt or even a brown or black belt that's getting a little mixed up on the pattern, especially if your view is different of me than my actual view, we might get a little mixed up. Like Sensei Salvas did. So one more time. Block, punch. Block, punch. I don't want you to forget our main purpose of this, even when we get to the Ju Kumite, is I gotta have that, if I want to defeat an opponent, I've got to have my feet the right way. I've got to have my hips the right way. If I block, but it's this way, I might get lucky enough to block, but I'll never be able to counterattack. So anyways, 1, 2, fundamentals, nice basics. 1, 2, stepping in. 1, 2, squeezing, switching the hand. 1, 2. Don't forget that then the next one, you're going to the right. Okay? All right, let's try.
Someone's asking a question.
Okay. Wait, what is it?
Fuad is asking, what is the name of this technique?
It's not really so much of a technique. I actually call it my V angle and my X pattern development training. I've learned it from other senseis. They just use it as, they can say it Tai Sabaki, but I think it's beyond just a simple Tai Sabaki, especially when you're doing the offense. But Tai Sabaki basically means getting offline of an opponent, or changing your body. Is actually the literal transition is just to change your body from the way it's going. If you walk towards someone in a mall and you just move your shoulder like that to get by them, that's Tai Sabaki. So it's not just big movement, it's any movement in your body to change its course. So you could say this is advanced Tai Sabaki training, but I usually just nickname it the V and the X training. When everyone asks me to teach this a seminar, they usually say, can you do that V and X pattern training that you do? But V, X pattern is a better description because so many other sharp angles. That's excellent. Thank you. Yeah, that should be the new name. Okay, go back. So now the next one, in one count. Watch me, and Sensei Sal, watch me. Okay, we're going pum, 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 pum. Yoi, right away on your own right side. So left. And as we're getting a little bit more mixed up with having to go left to start the 4 pattern, then the right to start the 4 pattern, I still want to make sure how I'm loading my body, my blocks, and so on. Okay, let's see if everyone can do it one count. Are you ready? Set, go. Left, right, thread through, and thread through. Now don't forget, you go to the rights first. Good. Okay, all right. For those who want a bit of a challenge, now we're going to do offense first. So, oizuki, gyakuzuki, switch, don't forget, basics, fundamentals. Oizuki, step straight back into gidanbarai gyakuzuki, straight back, and then in. So remember the one today, I got lots of them, but the one today is back, squeeze back, step through or step straight back to change from offense to defense or from defense to offense. So one more time, I'll show you. Pam, pam, pom pom. This is what we're doing. Step through, then squeeze, change. Now we're doing angle, angle, simple step straight back, but then again, big position, feet, knees. Okay, let's try it. Offense first now too. Ladies, ready? Each, knee, sam, chi. Back to yoi. Keep it the same direction for a moment. Each, knee, sam, chi. And yoi. Okay, now I want you to go the other way. So now we'll have defense going left, right, step through to the left, through the right. We'll have going the right, left, and then to the right, and then to the left. Now we have offense, pom, 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 pom. And now we'll have this angle. So now I'm going to step through to my right with my left leg first, then other way. Step straight back so my right leg is to the right, and then squeeze. Don't forget our main purpose today. Good basics, good fundamentals, block and punch. Okay, let's go, ladies. To the right. Ready? Ease, punch, punch. Knee to the left, punch, punch. Sam, step straight back. Chi. Good. And I hope, especially black belts, you're starting to see how this, having an image of an opponent in front of you right now. Blocking this opponent, then they move over that way, and they attack again. So move this way, then you attack, they defend that, and then they're changing their angle, so you're chasing down there. So there's actually a direct, and tons of indirect, but direct application to actual, exactly as I'm building it today into Kumite. All right, next level. As I said, we're a little bit of rush today, 1 hour, so we're gonna slowly get into the Ju Kumite versions. So now I'm gonna drive my left leg back with Gidam Barai with snap. Now, if I didn't have good basics and good fundamentals, I might fall back. But no, I've been training to drive my weight down, drive my leg back, right? In basics, so even though I'm doing Kumite now, I'm keeping my body position forward. The block, if I didn't practice big block with big hip action, squaring off the hips and big, then that would be bad news because my Ju Kumite block would be something like that. But if I understand big basics, then I understand making a strong block using a hip action and then coming quickly back to Kamai. So body weight, don't fall back. Arm, don't just flick your hand. Gidam Barai, Kamai. Gidam Barai, Kamai. Okay, let's try that. I don't want to see any squeeze step. Well, at least from the two that I can see here. Are you ready? Each, knee, and Kamai. Each, knee, and Kamai. One more. Each, knee, and Kamai. And yours. So again, I hope that higher dads especially are getting to see more and more value out of this, like the dropping back in basics and fundamentals. You can see what we're going to get to. If I'm trying to defeat an opponent and I fall backwards, they're just going to run me down. They'll do, if I manage to block this one, they get another one coming. But if I can be inside my counter, or I can move to another angle, much easier. So anyways, next one is the offense. So on offense, we're going to step through Oizuki and Kamai. Squeeze, Ju Kumite. Not too much like this, but not basic load. I need to still have my hip engaged. Gotta remember those fundamentals and basics. Oizuki and Kamai. Okay, let's try offense. Ready? Each, knee, and your. Each, knee, and your. Each, knee, and your. And relax. And again, remember what I said earlier? I want everyone to get the fundamentals and basics of the main thing and how this V angle and X angle or sharp angles are called Taisabaki training, how it can develop your basics and fundamentals first. So as I'm skipping more and more into Ju Kumite, don't forget that, no matter what level you are. Okay, so next level, now we want to actually start doing the 4 pattern, going into the X now. We've worked on the 2 V's, now I want to create the X. So now it's Gyakuzuki, squeeze, Gyakuzuki, step through, Oizuki, Gyakuzuki, squeeze, Oizuki, Gyakuzuki. Okay, so again, 1, 2. Now I've got that new line. So I defended my opponent that tried to change his angle on me. So now he's trying to change the angle on me, so I blocked. Now I'm going to come at him at the new angle. Oh, he wants to try and create a new angle. Then I'm going to follow that new angle as well and catch. So more time. 1. Remember my feet direction. Knees. 2. Thread through. 3. And thread through. 4. Okay, let's try, ladies. All right, ready? Each. Knee. 3. 4. And back. Each. Knee. 3. 4. And your. Okay, we got just a couple more levels I want to show you guys, but let's take a 2-minute break. All right, Kyosuke, us. So we're gonna get a sip of water. We have about 20 more minutes left, so let's get a sip of water, we'll continue. This water?
This is not quarantine friendly.
Quarantine. We're in quarantine together, so we can drink out the same bottle. Any questions while we're on break? Sensei Sal, can you see if there's any questions in the recent bubbles?
Hygiene.
Okay, so just did a couple warm-up kicks because of Sensei Machida's training last night with that wonderful Mawashi training. So of course you can use this pattern for any technique, but let's get a little more advanced using Mawashi Geri. But let's keep with the understanding that let's get a more and more advanced kumite, but keeping that foundation. So I'm going to step back with the same basic Gidan Barai defense. Then I'm going to do Kizami Mawashi Geri. Now, if I had bad basics and had my foot the wrong way, or I fell back, this kick is going to be ineffective. If I've driven my leg back here, done a strong block, then even on the spot, let alone if I squeeze up and kick, is going to be much more effective. Same thing here. I want to squeeze, not falling back. I want to squeeze, plant my foot. So right on the spot, without even squeezing, I would have that power forward for that Mawashi Geri, or squeezing forward even more so. Okay? So, Gidan Barai at this V angle, plant the foot, but nice absorption in the knee and hips. Then Mawashi Geri, so you can catch my opponent. Don't fall back, center line. Squeeze, have to have my feet body the right way. This would be bad news in kumite for sweeps and bad for basics. So squeeze, block. Let's try Mawashi on this spot right now. Of course in kumite you might squeeze, but let's do it on the spot to prove to ourselves that we are chambering the weight position in the right spot and that we can deliver a powerful Mawashi Geri on the spot. Okay, let's go. Let's do 10 reps. Ready? Each. Knee. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And your. Okay, both of my ladies here, very, very nice. But I'm expecting that one of their weak points might be yours as well. Remember the basics when we squared off our hips so that we could deliver a bigger hip twist into the block. We need that. We need those strong basics we developed with JK Karate for our kumite. So I'd like to see more feeling from the hip as you block. It doesn't have to be basic. We're doing Ju Kumite now, but internally, what I tell my students, one of my big lines that my students have, see if we can one of them go bubble it up right now. Probably some by Tammy will throw it up before I even say it. No? Okay. Ju Kumite is almost all fundamentals. We throw the basics out the door, right? We don't do planted foot, we're doing kumite, but we have to have the fundamentals. The internal stuff must be there. So at Jiu Kumite, we lose all basic position, but posture, weight position, center of gravity, hip action, creating power, keeping the same height. Those things are the same in Jiu Kumite as they are in basics, even if basic position is different from Jiu Kumite. So anyways, I want to see more using your hip action. Okay, but now we're going to go offense. So now from here, we're going to do back leg mawashi geri, gyakuzuki. This is more challenging. Squeeze, back leg mawashi geri, gyakuzuki. Let's try.
Is the first part just the beginner part of it?
Let's do only offense for a moment. Only offense. Ready? Each. You step with the right leg to the left. Knee. Good. Kamae. Each. Kamae. Knee and in, sorry. And back. Okay. So now, Sarah, up. All four. Ready? Each. Home. Knee. Home. All good. So doing hip action. San. Step through. Mawashi. Gakuzuki. Shi. Squeeze. Mawashi. Gakuzuki. So this is one of my favorites I've used in many competitions, WKF, NJK. The squeezing and actually stepping forward, the back leg is so long, but I would still use it. But often when I use it is when people try to change their line on me, I could shorten this stance and therefore it wasn't as long for me to then change to my back leg and be able to do the power and extension of my mawashi that way. So kind of the back foot, but with that squeeze. Part of that and how I was able to use it and manage scoring with it often was because of this V training and X training. Because I would squeeze here, and then so now it's actually my back leg doing that mawashi geri gashi, not just kizami all the time. Okay, let's go. Let's try all four. How about sensei style slowly? Ready? Each left angle with kizami mawashi. Knee. Step through big back leg mawashi gakuzuki. Each squeeze, back leg again, but with the added squeezing. So then even though it's my back leg, it's a short range for that back leg. Okay, both feet up again. Let's try everyone. Ready? Each to the left, knee to the right, sun, shi. Good, and back. Each, knee, sun, shi. Good, and back. Okay, so it's one of my favorites as well. Machida Sensei did the roundhouse kicks. I was like, oh, beautiful. Him and I were in contact about a week ago, and he said he was going to do that Mawashi training. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to completely change my training, but I'll definitely add some Mawashi stuff into it that develops the principles. And then with his wonderful class with the principles and movements, I think we can link some of that stuff that he did last night to what I'm doing today. Okay, so of course you can do any technique you want, but what we're getting at right now is, let's just quickly review the basics. You've got to think about the feet, the knees, and the hips. This is great for senseis to use for their orange, green, blue belts, brown belts, black belts, to get better at their foot direction, understanding how to create power, how to use their hips well. If their feet are the wrong way, opening like this, we have so many weak points in our basics and our fundamentals. Then we can get up to more advanced Jiu Kumite development from that direction change, Tai Sabaki type development from those movements. So basics are the foundation, then fundamentals. I say basic fundamentals in a dictionary are basically the same word. But I always tell my students that really I feel basics is what karate looks like, fundamentals is what karate feels like. So and therefore I think even though really they sound almost the same, I feel they're different. Oh, Senpai Tammy Miller did put it down. Sarah just told me fundamentals is what karate feels like. Fundamentals is what karate feels like. Basics is what it looks like. So in other words, basics are just having the right position and stance and punch. But the fundamentals are the squeeze and the contracting, the posture, the understand the weight position, the grip in the toes, the torque of the hips, hikite, all the power source and stuff are the fundamentals of how to move. Well, this will develop both, just getting the correct form and position and what our feet should be doing in position, and then creating the power and focus at that direction. And then having the mawashi geri, right? So we have that needing the basics to be able to squeeze up for that mawashi geri. Since it's how this, just stand right there in a fighting stance. So then from here, if I did this kind of round kick, no point in JK. We would never score. I need to load my feet. Then I can do a big Mawashi giri here and make power in that Mawashi. Okay, so up. Let's do a little bit of practice. You think of which level you want. Remember way back level 1 of just the stances only. Then we do blocks. I'm sorry, I'm going to skip step, but I'm just trying to do it quickly. And then we did it with a block in Gyakuzuki. Then don't forget, we also tried with starting from the other side. Might seem small, but just going the other side can mix us up and challenge us another way. And then finally we have starting to get into the Ju Kumite patterns with Gyakuzuki, with Mawashi giri, Mawashi giri. So your choice what level you want to try. You choose same thing. Can you choose a different one? Which one would you like to, Sensei?
I'll do the sparring, but Gyakuzuki.
Sparring, but Gyakuzuki? Oh, and of course my daughter wants to do Mawashi. Okay, are you ready? Starting with the left corner. Ich. Ni. You just said you want to do Mawashi. Sa. Shi. Back. Now go the other way. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Good. One more time. To the left again with the key on the last one. Ich. Ni. San. Shi.
Hey.
And good. And relax. All right. So, should we do the hand shoulder one, or should we do this letter thing first?
You are at 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Sarah, get on the square. So Sensei Sal, can you show that square, the X again? So this is a training I would do with my juniors and adults for getting ready for a tournament. Sometimes I would do it minutes before they're going to go in the ring. We would do something like this to sharpen up their mind, body, break their sweat, and get any mental weaknesses out of their mind. Then do some strong focus training with their sensei. I would also, of course, do it months before as a development thing. Make a fighting stance, Sarah, not on the X, right down the middle. Start with right down the middle. Good. So she's not on the X right now. So watch. She can do anything she wants, but she has to do it in the leg that I have called out. So if I think Sensei is showing you, that's A, B, C, D. You could use numbers. You could use whatever, numbers, letters, or even direction to the left, front, left, right. If you really want to get complex, I did this for a few people. I would say L1, L2. So left to the second direction and so on. But anyways, let's keep it simple. A, B, C, D. Are you ready, Sarah? You can do any punch you want in that direction, or if it's back, if I call C, D, you can do a block and then a punch. Ready? A, D, C, B, C, A, D, A, C, B, and then A, D, and then C, D, and then B, C, B, C, B, and stop. And after about 30 seconds of that student is ready. They've shaken out any mental lack of concentration they would have. They've shaken out any of the physical butterflies and so on. They've gotten their timing on, their rhythm on, build their confidence. Even if they get only 50% right, it builds their confidence. And they're going to that ring just on fire. And the reason I would do it is my sensei, I hope everyone teaches this as well. When your sensei counts, each, you count immediately when the count comes. Everyone should know that. Some people just start counting and getting their own rhythm and don't really listen to the person counting, whether it's a senpai, a fellow student, or a sensei. But it's very important that you follow that person's count. Each, quickly. If each, you're too slow, or if each, ni, you're just going to go to your own rhythm, you are losing many, many parts, including advanced kumite. My sensei was super strict. Sakura sensei was super strict. Give me a rap on the hand way back in the day. If I was just going to my own count rather than the correct counting that he was doing. And he told me after there's many, many reasons for that. Respect, etiquette, manners, to follow the count. But then everything in between. But he said at the most advanced level in tournament, a real life situation, You have to be able to have a quick reaction. So that reaction, it's quickly moving when your sensei counts. No delay, but no rushing ahead, will give you that same feeling of someone attacking you and having that reaction. So that's another thing that this gives you, is that reaction. Before they go in the ring, they're getting that reaction of me saying a letter, and that's going to translate in the ring to that opponent's punch coming at them, or a split-second opening that opponent gives them. That's all of a sudden gone. But that moment, boom, as soon as it opens, you go. And this has been one of my focal points from my sensei's gifts, is that even people that were faster than me, I would always try and wait for that timing, and then that gap would be the moment I would go, because my sensei was so strict on that. So anyways, this is kind of like that training. All right, so let's, you two come out again. Okay, we only have a couple more minutes, so what I'm going to do is, I was planning one other thing that I was going to do today, because a lot of people ask me about my on-the-spot or minimum distance hand shodans. And I have 5 unique, well I have many, but 5 that I've been doing a lot. Maybe that'll be next time. I did a couple with you guys a few weeks ago, but I got 5 for you that are really exciting, really interesting. You can develop right from kumite to your kata development, to space limitations, to even technical improvement in your skill, but another day. So since I only have a couple of minutes, I want to just quickly review each level. Only once. You ready? Level 1, hands on your hips. To the left, each. To the right, knee. Step forward, sam. Step to the other side, shi. In this level, we are thinking, of course, it's only our stance. We're thinking about the feet, knees, hips, direction of our body. Tie back. Next one, adding in blocks and a simple oizuki. Each, knee, only one. Sam, shi, and back. Now adding in gakuzuki to see if we can reload that hip as we go. Each, knee, sam, shi. Good. And somewhere in there we had a kind of a level 4.0 or 4.1 or 4.2. It was changing the direction. Instead of left, right, then left and right, go right, left, left. All right, next stage, we're going to add in the Cipa Mawashi. So, Gidan Barai in Jukumite, only Gidan Barai. Each. Knee, only Oizuki, Sam, Chi. Good, and back. Now, block and Gakuzuki. Each in Kumite fashion. Knee, Sam, is everyone following? Chi. Good, and back. Now, remember all these are all from the basics, especially now that we get more advanced, we need the basics more. Don't fall back. You need to press so I can get that Mawashi Geri up. Okay? Instead of just falling backwards. Ready? Simple Mawashi Geri. Each, knee, sam, step through, shi, squeeze, step through. That one we're adding Gakuzuki right away. Good. All right. Okay, so as I usually say, I'm always welcome questions. So if you have any questions, I tried to answer a couple as they came up. But if, please feel free to message me. Facebook, send me a note on Facebook. Even my personal email, and I can try and answer any questions. I showed you the actual map here, A, B, C, D. My students is kind of a new, unless you're one of my competitive athletes, even that's new to my students. And then that direction change for that I did with Sarah. You have that map. Make sure you don't put something down, especially you kids, don't put something down unless your parents know, so you don't rip up some carpeting or rip up some lacquer on the floor. It's been an absolute privilege being with you guys again. It's been a few weeks this time. I was there in a quick succession for a few weeks, but I've been off. But I hope everyone enjoyed the class, and thank you very much for attending. Hai kyotsuke. Os. And you guys?
Right, Cincinnati. Right,
Os. All right, thank you. Os. Good. Okay, Sensei, you can turn that off.